as good as it gets in National League Speedway.
Okay everybody, hope you're all well and lockdown isn't too tough on you. So we're going to have some questions.
Hi guys, this is my 5 questions for teammates and management.
Hello everyone, here's my 5 questions for riders and management.
Hi guys, this is my 5 quick questions.
Hey everybody, this is the questions for the Warriors.
Okay, here's my 5 questions.
Hi guys, this is my 5 questions to put to you as a team.
I hope everybody's okay. Here's my 5 questions for the 5 individuals.
The first one is to Scott Campos. Where's your favourite place to be? The Isle of Wight or Kings Lynn?
I don't think I can split them to be honest, but for different reasons. Isle of Wight, I love racing there. Just love going to the place, people, everything. Kings Lynn, I'm learning a lot of the speedway side other than racing at the moment, and yeah, I just love Kings Lynn.
So question 1 is for Jackie. What is your favourite experience of being a team manager?
My favourite team manager moment was when we had first and second in the NLRC with both yourself, Ben, and Alfie.
Okay, so my first question is a serious one. Martin Winman, how are you now after your recent stay in hospital? I hope you're feeling better. We all do.
Not had a good start to the year, but looking up now.
First one, Connor King, are you going to shave your hair during lockdown?
Definitely not Connor, I hope you are.
Since the first one is to Chad, which do you prefer, grass or shale, and why?
I love both, but whichever is bigger is the biggest track, and I prefer big fast tracks.
Warriors. And the first question goes to Ben Morley. In 2018, you won the National League Riders Championship after winning a runoff with Alfie Boutau. How did it feel to be having a runoff with him?
Yeah, it's always good to have a race with Alfie. You know, he's a tough, good rider, and it's always good to know that he was getting 1 and 2 for the Isle of Wight.
Question 1 to Barry. What influenced your decision to become a sub-mariner?
Well, my grandfather was in the Navy, so I joined the Sea Cadets as a young kid, and it was a natural progression to go and join the Navy myself. Did my basic training, didn't intend to go submarines, and then when I did my communications courses, if you were in the top 5%, you were drafted to submarines. So that's how I went, and I loved it ever since.
So first up is Connor King. What's been your favourite moment so far in your speedway career?
Winning my first ever National League race at Kent, that was the main one, and the second one was outgating Danny Ayres at Isle of Wight twice and leading him for a little bit. So yeah, that was definitely them 2 are the main 2.
My first question is for Barry. What is it about speedway that makes you so passionate about the sport?
I've been in and around Speedway all my life, and there's something about it that just hits you there. It's just in my heart, and it's something that I want to take to everybody. And I believe in the product, I believe in the excitement, I believe in the action, I believe in the characters, I believe in what we produce, and I believe it's a great night out. And that's where we have to be.
The first one is for Ben Morley. If you wasn't a speedway rider, what other sports would you be professional at other than football?
The other professional sport I'd like to do, I'd give ice hockey a go, but I doubt I'd make it professional.
Second one is to Jackie Batcher. Who has the best hairdo in the team? And whose hair would you like to sort out?
Well, Barry, answer to your question, come on, it has to be me for the best hairdo. And then definitely Connor King with his surfer hairdo definitely needs some attention.
Question 2 is for Kev. How many times have you missed the last ferry home after an away meeting?
How many times have I missed the last ferry? Too many to mention, to be honest. The Audi, not necessarily the best when you're 6'4" for trying to get your head down on the back seat. But however, the doner kebab shop off Pompey University does a cracking trade when I'm late.
My second question is to Ben Morley. If we have another lockdown, can I stay at your house? From what I've seen on Facebook, it looks really fun.
Yeah, mate, you're more than welcome. It's all about keeping yourself busy, and I'll send you the rent details.
Question 2 to Tom Woolley. Can we share lifts to Isle of Wight this season if we start racing?
I'm sure we can share some lifts this year. Some road trips on the way as well. I bet it'll be good fun.
My second question goes to Jackie. Who was the first rider Neil spanned for, and who was your favourite rider that he spanned for?
Kevin, Neil's first rider to mechanic was Roscoe, Big Al. And my favourite rider that Neil mechanicked for was Craig Boyce, of course.
My second question is to Ben. What is the best racetrack you've ridden around the country?
Lakeside was, it's got to be one of my best tracks. You know, it's always been good to me, and I've enjoyed my time there. And yeah, being local was always an extra bonus.
Number 2 is for Connor Coles. When the speedway season starts, will you be fitter than previous seasons, and why?
I don't personally think I'll be fitter than this season to previous seasons. I'd like to be, but with the gyms being closed, I struggle to keep myself motivated for home workouts.
For a second question for Martin Widman. Do you prefer custard creams or bourbon biscuits?
The biscuit I prefer is custard creams, and often lots of them, unfortunately.
Question 2 goes to Connor Coles. After a successful 2019 riding with Stoke in Edinburgh, it's great to have you back at the island. But the question is, are you going to claim the Warriors #1 race jacket this year?
I'll try my best to take that #1 jacket off Ben, but I'm sure he'll put up a good fight for it.
Question 3 is for Tom. What was your favourite season you've been in?
My favourite season, I've been pretty spoilt for choice, but last year at Redcar, winning some silverware at the end of the year, that probably is my favourite season to date.
Third question is to Jackie Vatcher. Jackie, when we eventually come out of lockdown, which of these do you think you'll be?
The one that should be on there, Chad, is retired, because I love it. I love it at the moment.
This one is for Connor Coles. If you had to have a fight with a badger or a ferret, who would you choose and why?
If I had to have a fight between a badger and a ferret, I would choose the badger because they're a bit slower, so I might be able to catch it.
Third question goes to Colin King. Would you trust Jackie to do your hair before the start of the meeting, and if not, why not?
I think Jackie does my hair anyway because I'm always late for the parade, so she likes to hurry me up a little bit.
Question 3 for Scott Campos. Who has been the best team partner you've ever been paired with?
Probably 2. Adam Allett, when I first went to Kings Lynn. He was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And the other one, as much as he used to nail me so much, Josh Bailey. He's like my little brother, so, you know, it's, yeah, probably those 2.
Question 3 is for Barry. What's your favourite exotic food and why?
As you all know, I eat lots of strange and exotic food when I'm travelling, but my favourite, I think, has to be insects. And the reason for that is it's a source of protein for the future. It's been eaten by humans for millennia, and it is a way forward for very low-fat, great protein foods. Try it.
Question 3 to Connor Coles. You recently moved into a new home, not too far from here. How are you enjoying your new surroundings?
I'm liking living in our new home and walking places that we haven't been because we got a new dog, so we get to go out and explore when we take him for walks.
Number 3 is for Tom Woolley. What colour scheme have you chosen for 2020?
Colours are the same as last year, just black, blue and a bit of white. Nothing exactly, nothing too different from last year.
Question 3 goes to Chad Wurtzfield. 2019 was a great year for you. in your first year of league racing at the age of 15. What are your aims for the 2020 season?
My aims for the 2020 season are to first get to ride once the virus has gone away, then I'd like to get the most improved rider again of the year, and for the Warriors to win the league as a team.
Number 4 is for Barry. What has been your favourite meeting since being a promoter?
For me, it's any meeting we push the boundaries, like the 2-valve Jawa Challenge. The handicap meetings were both brilliant. I loved the very first meeting, the Vince Mapley Memorial, when Martin and I brought Speedway back on the island and all the emotions. But most important is every meeting that you've had a great time.
My fourth question goes to Tom Woolley. Tom, what made you take up Speedway?
So, Speedway, I was doing flat track and a guy called Pete Seaton offered me a bike, and I borrowed his bike and I went for some practices, started doing a bit of racing and took it from there really. It all just escalated like that.
My fourth question is for Scott Campos. Scott, did you ever find your dirt deflector after you went to these extreme measures to find it?
Ayres is in front there, it's all. Campus in trouble and he's down there and he's hit the fence rather hard there. And, well, his head is under the air fence. Let's hope he's okay. Nasty looking spill there for Scott.
Did I find my dirt deflector? No, that should have been one of my questions to Barry and Martin. I assume it's still under the fourth bend fence somewhere.
Question 4 for Jackie. Who wears the trousers in the relationship, you or Neil?
Come on, Connor. Always me. You should know that by now.
Question 4 for Kev. If you was to have a takeaway, what would you order?
That's my favourite takeaway. Well, because the number of times I've missed the last ferry, it's got to be doner kebab and chips from the wagon at Pompey.
This question is for Chad Wurtzfeld. If you suddenly had to go and live on a desert island, which 3 things would you take with you and why?
3 things I'd take to a desert island would be a speedway bike and hope the island is big enough to ride around on, my cat, and also my phone.
Number 4 is for Scott Campos. How will your new bike designs improve your riding or anyone else's riding to your old design?
There's no way to tell whether it's going to help you at the moment. We haven't been able to test it nearly enough. Once we're able to get back on it and try, we'll see what happens. But it's just a work in progress at the moment.
Question number 4 goes to Connor King. Unbelievably, after riding for a number of years in the MDL, you finally got a go in the National League with the Warriors in 2019. Then to get voted Riders' Rider of the Year, how did that make you feel?
It was a shock, as the whole team done great, so I must have been doing something right last year to get that.
My fourth question is for Kevin Shepherd. You managed us away from home. So what is the best moment you've had as a manager?
I'm proud of managing the team every meeting. I'm obviously more proud when we go to a track like Dudley or Wolverhampton and come away with a result. Okay.
And this question is for Martin Widman. Who in the team of the Warriors would make the best scout? And who, on the other hand, whose parents would you be calling every week to tell them how bad they've been?
I think the rider that would make the best scout would be Connor Coles, and the worst one, Ben Morley. Sorry, Ben.
My last question is for Barry. If you could have any rider, past or present, riding for you this year, who would it be?
I would just love to have had Gordon Kennett in our team. He's my schoolboy hero. He's a great ambassador for the sport. He's attended the island several times. If there's one rider I would have loved to have in our team, that would be Gordon Kennett.
And question 5 is for Connor. Did you actually beat George in the final race of the fours in 2019?
I reckon I did beat Georgie all along. from during the race and watching it back on video, I still believe that I definitely beat him.
And my fifth and last question goes to Martin. What takes up most of the majority of your time, Martin? Is it being a speedway promoter or helping Chris out with his business?
By far the most work that I do is as a speedway promoter, and the bit that I do for him is in the background.
Question 5 for Chad. Who is your biggest speedway icon?
My biggest speedway icon has always been Jason Crump, and I'd love to one day get the chance to actually race with him.
Question 5 to Tom Woolley. You've ridden both flat track and speedway at all levels. Which race is the most memorable in either sport?
The most memorable race was probably in 2012 in the flat track when I was doing the World Championship. It came down to the last day of the season in Hungary, and there was me and an Italian guy that was level on points to win the championship. All I needed to do was beat him. Unfortunately, I came second to him, so that was probably the most memorable race. But yeah, sticks out like a sore thumb to me.
And the fifth one is for Martin. As Chris's dad, how is it for you to watch him race?
I love watching Chris as a rider. It can be very frustrating at times, but when you're his promoter as well, it's doubly difficult. And some of the criticism that was waved at him and myself last year was very hard to take, but it's all part of the business, I suppose.
And question number 5 goes to Kevin Shepherd. As the away team manager, the Warriors have put out an exciting team for 2020. Do you think we can have success away from the island?
Optimism for away meetings. I'm always optimistic going away meetings. Okay, reputations speak for nothing, and I was really happy with the team that was put together. It was a team for all sort of size tracks, and I was confident we would get something on the road.
And number 5 is for this whole team. What are your hopes for this coming season, like individually and as a team?
What I would like to achieve in 2020, personally, is to stay healthy and collectively the Warriors to become National League champions.
So individually, I'd like to put some points on my average. Maybe push for a point or so on that. And as a team, I'd like to hope that we can get into the playoffs, really. I think team spirit will be good, and that's all we need, really.
My goal for this season is to actually be able to race once this lockdown's over. And if we do get a chance to race, hopefully win whatever silverware we get a chance to take.
My aims for the 2020 season are to first get to ride once the virus has gone away. Then I'd like to get the most improved rider again of the year, and for the Warriors to win the league as a team.
To score well and stay consistent, maybe move into the main body as I did the end of last year. Entertain all the fans that come to watch home and away, not just at home, and hopefully the team can win as much as possible.
Is to win as much as we can. Please, please.